gonna be real. I don't know why the lighting looks so weird today. I don't know why I look so. I mean, I'm pretty white, but like I'm not like that white. At least I don't fucking know. Anyway, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Coreboy back at it again today with a new video, and we're over here today on some more Halo Infinite. Of course, I mean, what else did y'all expect me to be playing? Anything fucking else? No. I've actually, before hopping on Infinite, been playing a little bit of MCC today, just because I love going back and playing old Halo, and it makes sense with the grind. So, I'd be switching it up here and there so I can play other fucking games. It's a fun time. Um, of course, today, who knows what the fuck we're gonna talk about? I'm gonna play some Halo. I'm gonna have some fun. I mean, there are a couple of things to talk about, of course, with always like in the Halo community and any other fucking game that I play. But there are like a couple of small points and things that I've been wanting to talk about for a while that I just haven't really had the time to, or had the time to like actually dive into it. Um, Mostly because I had a bunch of videos planned up until a couple days ago whenever I lost a huge ass video I've been working on, and then I was like, fucking hell, I gotta reschedule this and figure out how I'm gonna do it, because that's gonna take me a good long while to do. Probably a day that I don't fucking stream. And I will say this, just to go ahead and get it out of the way. I'm not stopping streaming. I'm just not going to be streaming nearly as often anymore. To be honest, I just really haven't been feeling it for a good little bit, and I've been having more content doing like more fun doing content like this compared to that. So I'm much more focused on doing this other than streaming most of the time. I don't know. This is just fun. I get to just sit here and talk about games like kind of freely and just kind of talk about some shit. It's just fun to me. But we have the Xbox Showcase getting ready to come up here, and well, I'm fucking excited for it. I always get excited for any of the game events and shit like that. Rather it's Xbox, PlayStation, whatever. Even though I'm not the biggest PlayStation fan, I also need to fix my audio because I turned it down today. But I'm not the biggest fan of PlayStation, but I do look forward to seeing what they have to announce in case, it may entice me to buy a console, even though a lot of my favorite PlayStation IPs years ago have kind of been left behind and not really talked about, which sucks to me, but it happens. It's whatever. It happens as time goes, and certain people just like different games more. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but, it kind of sucks for me as a fan of those games, because that means I'm never going to get another one, more than likely, but it's just how the fucking gaming world works, and I kind of just have to accept it and move on with my life. But with the Xbox Showcase, there's possibility for a couple of things. Now, I know y'all know me as mostly just the Halo guy, the dude that has the most insane Halo grind ever going on. Did he just only teabag me once? Teabag me more than once. Like, at least be fucking real about it. Don't, like, pussy out halfway through the teabag. Like, that's a commitment, dog. You have to commit to that bag of tea. Oh, hey, what's up, man? Damn, that was a... Okay. Oh, so that dude got me down. I was like, damn, why the fuck was that one? Wasn't even a headshot. But there's a couple of things that be coming on. Like I said, I know you all know me as the Halo guy, but if you guys don't know, my biggest start in gaming started with two series. One of, well, we've kind of done series on both of these games, but it started with the Gears of War series and also Fallout. That's where I began really playing a lot of video games in my life. Whenever I played Gears of War 1 for the first time, that game completely changed how I viewed video games. I loved playing it. It was a fun third-person shooter. It had a little bit of difficulty to it, especially when it came to the multiplayer. One thing I've always known about Gears multiplayer is if you love it, you love it. If you don't like it, you probably fucking hate it to a degree. And I have always loved Gears multiplayer. To me, that is like where I got a lot of my multiplayer start when it came to playing, and how I play games even to this day. Go to the sniper, bitch. He teabagged me, so I did it back. But there's some possibilities and some things that have been getting talked about that honestly get me super fucking excited for the future of Gears of War. Now, I know some people feel a certain way about Gears 4 and 5. Personally, I love those games, with Gears 4 possibly having my favorite multiplayer of any Gears game besides the original Gears 1, which is kind of fucking unmatched at this point. In all sincerity, like it is just a amazing experience when it comes to multiplayer. If you weren't around for those times, I know that people still play Gears 1 multiplayer on the 360, so if you have a 360, I definitely recommend it, to be honest. It's an experience like no other. No game played like Gears 1. It had like a certain skill set to it that made it unique, and it's like own identity in a lot of ways, and it's awesome. Like, if you have the ability to go back and experience that game in the original form. I know Ultimate Edition does exist, but Ultimate Edition actually plays significantly different from the original Gears 1. So, like I said, you have a chance to play it, you should definitely take that chance, go play it, and actually embrace that game, because it might just change your fucking life like it did mine. But there's been talks about us getting a Marcus Phoenix collection, which would be an original collection of the first 3 games, kind of like how with Halo, whenever the Xbox One came out, we got the Master Chief Collection, which was all of the original Halo titles made by Bungie. It was Halo 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then of course they added, Reach, ODST, and all those games as well as time went on. And, I still play a fuckload of MCC. I love playing old Halo. As much as I love Infinite, and I do truly fucking love this game a lot, those are games that, like, I got my start of gaming on. So, to me, they're really special. So, I love going back and playing them. And having the ability to go back and play Gears 1, 2, and 3, especially on PC, now that's what I play on, it would be amazing. Because I actually don't have a way to play Gears 2 and 3, really, unfortunately, because I absolutely love those games. And I would give just about fucking anything to go back and be able to play them. I've actually been watching some Gears 2 and 3 playthroughs as of late, just because I don't have a way to play those games really at all anymore. And I'm just like, damn, I would give so much money just to be able to, like, hop onto these games and play like I used to. Just be a little fucking Gear sweat, because it's so fun. Like I said earlier, Gears always had, like, a really difficult multiplayer to a degree. I think for a lot of, like, casual players, it was more difficult. Of course, there's people who really got a hold of it and understand, like, how to play and everything. But I don't know a lot of casual, like, gamers who enjoy playing Gears multiplayer. They mostly just play for the story, which I get, because Gears has some of my favorite storytelling in gaming ever. Especially, like, the Locust and everything. Like, I just think it's super cool. I love all the characters in the games. Like, when I tell you all, whenever I was in, like, elementary and middle school, I was, like, the biggest Gears fan ever. Like, I don't have the picture. If I did, I would totally throw it up on screen right now. But my second grade, like, school picture was me in a Gears of War 2 shirt. Or, no, it was 5th grade. I don't know why I said second grade. God, that would make me so fucking young. It's not even funny. But yeah, it was me in a Gears of War shirt. And I remember my mom got really pissed that I wore that shirt for picture day at school, because it's like this nice background, and then it's just me with, like, Marcus with a lancer and shit in his hand, and it's funny. But yeah, I was a major Gears, like, fanatic. Like, all my friends knew that. It's actually how me and my best friend, who I've been playing Halo with for years, kind of became friends. Was he really liked Halo, and I was a Gears of War fan, so we, like, kind of would, like, argue about it all the time, about, like, which one's better. And that's kind of like how our friendship really started. That, and just, of course, playing games together and shit for so many damn years. But yeah, if we get a Gears of War Phoenix collection, just know I'm gonna be making a fuckload of content on there. I'm gonna be grinding it. I'm gonna be having so much fun. I'm gonna do some playthroughs of the original Gears 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna be having so much fun. But also that led to the conversation of the next Gears of War title, which would be Gears 6. And honestly, if we get that announced as well, just know I'm gonna be just as fucking happy. I have been, like, since playing through 5 and finishing that whole playthrough series that I was doing there for a while, I have been waiting for Gears 6, because I'm like, damn, this cliffhanger was so good, and I just want the story to, like, continue on. Which, people can get mad all they want about where Gears of War has went in a couple of years since the Coalitionist took over. I mean, it was just kind of the next logical step of the story. But honestly, I could not have loved that story more. The... Why did I cough? The atmosphere of the characters and all of that just made that game so damn perfect. And listen, I'm just really looking forward to it. And of course, if we hear some stuff about Halo or whatever, I'm going to be just as excited for that as I would be Gears of War, because that's just more Halo stuff for me to do, which I do hope we hear some stuff about Halo. Maybe not the announcement for the next Halo title, but at least something Halo related. I have talked about it before, and I've probably not going to stop talking about it until I notice improvements, because it's something that I think deserves to be talked about. At least as someone who started playing on the original Xbox, like, bunt end of the original Xbox era up into the 360, like, I feel like Xbox core titles have always been two series, especially since the 360 days, because that's when Gears started, but it's always been Halo and Gears of War, and at least from what I've noticed, and I've heard other people critique it as well, it seems like Microsoft doesn't really push those titles like they used to. They push the newer titles and like the companies that they have bought as of recently, in which I expect that yet again because it's the newest thing and it's what a majority of people are playing. But because of that, it's kind of strayed away from the care of Gears of War and Halo in recent years. And to me, that is just not the way to go about it. I'm going to. I was getting my dog. But it's kind of strayed away from those as of lately. And I really do hope they kind of put some limelight on Gears of War and Halo again, as they've always been their big titles. I mean, even with like Gears of War announcements and how they've always promoted those games, go watch the original trilogy's trailers and 4's trailer. They're fucking phenomenal. I could also throw Judgment in there as well, despite me being not a fan of that game necessarily. I think the story is kind of cool, but it's definitely not the best Gears experience, and I think most players would agree with that. Um, but anyway, like they've strayed away from that about how they've kind of promoted these games and put them in the limelight for people to know about them, and I really do hope that ends up changing as we get into this next generation of Halo and Gears of War, because we haven't had a Gears of War in a couple of years now. I think at the brunt end of the 1 series, if I'm not mistaken, was when 5 came out, or was it as directly like as soon as the Series X came out? I can't remember. And then same with Infinite, and we've known how Infinite's lifespan's been. As much as I love this game, I understand some of people's critiques. Of course, there's the dumb ones of people being like, "Hey, Sprint Halo bad Halo, Bungie come back." Even though you could just go play fucking Destiny, but I'm not going to talk about that today. I've complained enough about Bungie Bros for a couple of days, I think. But I hope we see some changes with that, because it is something to me that is kind of detrimental to these series. It was like an iconic part of the series was the promotional content that we would receive leading up to the, and final release day, like the day it comes out. It's huge. I know people who still fucking check out those trailers that are like, these were the coolest things ever, and I'm one of those people. I will go back and watch that Gears 1 trailer because I'm like, damn, this thing was so cool. I remember like seeing this for the first time and being like, what is this game? This looks crazy as a fucking 6 or 7-year-old, however I fucking was. Like, oh, to me, that's one thing I would just love to see come back, and I would love to see talked about more. Of course, I know people just want to see like Halo talked about as well, because I mean, even up until recently, we hadn't seen Halo talked about in a couple of years from Microsoft or Xbox on like social medias, and then recently we actually did see that, and I think I talked about that in a video. I thought I was very happy to see that, and I hope that points in the right direction for Microsoft, and I hope we start seeing more about these games because it's deserved. It's the one thing that I always said like does kind of keep Xbox alive is its dedicated player base to those two series. It really does. Like, if those two player bases left, as much as I'm not a fan of a lot of things that PlayStation does, I know inevitably in that case PlayStation would probably take over because of the exclusives that PlayStation has, people just really, really like. And PlayStation has a pretty damn dedicated fan base, and I will hand them that. Despite me not being a fan, mostly it's not even because I'm a Xbox fan. It's quite literally just because the IPs that PlayStation has, like, now that they are, like, super focused on, aren't really IPs that I care about. Like, if I'm just being completely honest, like, one, I'm not a Spider-Man fan. Two, I think Horizon's a pretty okay game, but it's really not something I'm going to dump a fuckload of hours into in 100%. And really the only one I care about is God of War. Like, I've played God of War since I was a kid. Of course I like those games. But at this point, like, the main thing that I even do with PlayStation titles when it comes to exclusive titles, usually they get released a couple of years after on PC, and I'll usually just play them then because I can play it on better hardware and really actually like, ramp up those games, make them look really pretty, and just have a lot of fun with them. But yeah, that's on that terms of things. Of course, there's more to talk about with the new Halo update, which is Tannerai 4, and I've been loving it. Like, I know you all can probably tell by what I'm playing right now, but I have been absolutely no-lifing Free-for-All. Free-for-All is my favorite thing to play in Halo, especially in Halo Infinite. I just fucking love it. It is so fun. And I love the fact that now with this match composer, I can just queue up Free-for-All whenever the fuck I want. Like, I can still play ranked and everything. I can still play... I can legit play any mode that I want whenever I want. And I love that. Like, that is something that I have been asking for. And I got so tired of, like, losing fucking lone wolves every 3 to 4 weeks. Like, it was just something that I was like, damn, this is so irritating. I just want to play the mode that I want to play, and I couldn't. I'd have to wait for 343 to add it back whenever they did, and then I could play it again. And I was like, that's kind of really fucking irritating, because I shouldn't have to wait to play the modes that I want to play. It's just what I want to fucking play in the game, and I know it's there. It's in the game every once in a while. Like, let me just fucking play my mode. But I can play it whenever I want now, and that makes me so damn happy because not only is just FFA to me just really fucking fun to play, it does in a lot of ways really like speed run this grind a little bit easier. The games go pretty fast. I can play the objective modes and drop a fuckload of kills, and usually I'm doing pretty decent in free for all. I don't know if I'll have it in today's video or not, but I actually ended up hitting my first shot last night. I was just recording and playing. I didn't end up streaming yesterday, but I was just, recording some games, having some fun, and I ended up hitting my first shot. It was on, I think is it Isolation is the map that has the active camo in the middle, but I hit it on there first try too. It was absolutely fucking insane. It wasn't really even like a crazy shot. It was just nice, like little 360, like a little swap in it. It was, but I'll take it. First shot of the season, and I'm more than happy about that. Also hit a little clip last night in ranked Tax Slayer when I decided to hop on and play it, and hit a little clip with the bandit. It was nice. I hit a little quad with it, just got a full team in their spawn, got a little extermination and an overkill. But I've been absolutely loving this season. The fact that I can yet again play the modes that I want to play whenever is fucking huge to me, and has always been something that I've been just begging for this game to have. I feel like since I've started playing, it's like the one thing that I'm like, damn, I really, really wish I could play free-for-all right now, but the good free-for-all modes are not in, which kind of always did suck in a lot of ways. I couldn't just hop in and play Lone Wolves whenever, as though you're like, I have to choose Lone Wolves or play Rumble Pit, and I'm not a fan of Rumble Pit. Like I said, I don't hate party modes. They're fun with friends. I'm not playing those by myself, especially during this hero grind, whenever I have other modes that I can play that kind of substitute for Lone Wolves being gone. So it's just been great. Also, getting shoddy snaps quite a bit is pretty fun too, because then I can just like go for trick shots and clips and shit a lot, and that's always fun. Like I said, I do that just because like I literally have nothing else to fucking do. I might as well enjoy this grind while I'm doing it, so I find anything to do. But other than that, there's really not been a lot else going on in the gaming world, at least things that I care enough to talk about. I mean, there's the new COD announcement coming, which I will talk about. I'm not the biggest COD fan anymore, but I will be talking about it since it is a Black Ops game. I'm like kind of excited because I'm like, well, shit, new Black Ops is always fun. I might as well, see if I like it or not. I'll be trying the beta out, and it's coming free with Game Pass, so I might as well give it a shot. Of course, we also have more X-Defiant content coming out here in the next couple of weeks with Season 1 dropping. I'll be doing more videos on X-Defiant. Trust me, they're not going anywhere. I just haven't been playing much. I've just been back on the Halo grind because I love it. But I will be playing quite a bit of X-Defiant this weekend, so you should totally come check out the streams if I am, and just come hang out. And on top of that, I'm also working on a lot of other content as well, so be on the lookout. And other than that, I will catch you all later. Bye.